of you are queens. Both of you believe England belongs to you. But there's only one crown. Do you have what it takes to claim it? Chapter 1. 2 Queens, 1 Throne. So here's the thing. You may be royalty, but it doesn't really feel like it. Almost 3 years after you were born, your mother was executed. That's not typically the most wholesome way to start a life. Your father, King Henry VIII, was the one who had your mother executed, and he declared you a bastard as well. Just great. Now on the bright side, if you can even think of it that way, he did add you back to the line of succession, behind your half-brother Edward and your half-sister Mary I. It's important to the story that I mentioned the fact that you are Protestant, while a decent part of England is Catholic. That part including your sister Mary I. Under her rule, you faced a whole lot of danger, even getting imprisoned in the Tower of London at a point. Safe to say, life as a royal so far kinda sucks. But then, Mary I dies, and now suddenly you have been made Queen of England. But remember how I said your father called you a bastard? Yeah, well, that label kinda stuck. And now many Catholics in England claim you are illegitimate. However, because of English law and your now late father's will, you managed to maintain your seat on the throne. But that doesn't mean there aren't still any threats to your crown. To understand that, we're going to have to go back a bit. Because while your life was falling apart in England, another girl was quietly growing into the one person who could one day take everything away from you. You are made the official Queen of Scotland at just 6 days old. Yes, you heard correctly. 6 days old. You think there would be an age requirement to rule a nation, but I guess not. Obviously being too infantile to rule, you spent most of your childhood in France, betrothed to Francis, the heir to the French throne. Of course, shortly after he became king, he died, because that's how these stories typically go, and you returned to Scotland, a widow ready to rule. Instead of a welcoming kingdom, you walk into one divided by religion, powerful nobles, and rival families. Scotland is practically daring you to fail. To make matters worse, you are involved in a situation which I can only describe as what could be a 1990s hit soap opera. You marry your half-cousin, and then he's mysteriously murdered. Before the kingdom has time to recover, you marry the man many people believe killed him. To your enemies, you've just confessed without saying a word. Absolute cinema. The Scottish nobles revolt, and you are forced to abdicate your throne and flee Scotland. Where else could you run to, except to England? Now, while you were busy playing in France and making hit drama series, Queen Elizabeth I was under a lot of pressure in England. As a Protestant who was also accused of being a bastard, her claim to the throne was hanging by a thread, and that's mainly because of your existence. The Catholics in England believe you have a stronger claim to the throne because you're a descendant of King Henry VII, and unlike Elizabeth, your parents' marriage isn't under any scrutiny. Adding to the fact that you're also Catholic, your presence is a serious threat to Elizabeth. While you didn't directly accept these claims as the rightful heir to the English throne, you didn't curb them away either. You let people call you the Queen of England, and that must probably have ruffled Elizabeth's feathers a bit. Some of your supporters even placed the English royal coat of arms beside your own, publicly treating you as England's rightful queen. Every time Elizabeth hears about it, it feels less like an insult and more like a warning. Which is why running to her for help is honestly a very questionable decision to make. You've effectively put Elizabeth in a tight spot. If she accepts you, Catholics could rally behind you and rebel against her. She can't turn you away either, because another nation might use you against England. And she can't kill you, because that would just look bad. So now, you and England hold your breaths. What will she do? Chapter 2. Letters, spies, and a death warrant. Pretty bold of this bitch Mary to come asking you for help after all she's put you through. I mean, she never really claimed to be the Queen of England, but she never denied it either, and that's saying something. I mean, think about it. If someone said you were the Queen of Hogwarts or something, you'd openly deny it. The only reason you wouldn't is if you actually believed you were. Yes, that must be it. She's here to take your throne. You have to do something. But what can you do? Every move seems like the wrong one. But if you don't act fast... Wait, what if you don't act? You could just keep Mary at bay. You don't welcome her, but you sure as hell don't let her out of your sight either. Yes, that's exactly what you do. You keep her here in a weird sort of imprisonment and never let her go. Hopefully, that works long enough for you to come up with a better plan. It's been almost 20 years now, and you're starting to sense that maybe Elizabeth wasn't exactly extending a hand of hospitality towards you. You've been kept under strict watch in rather damp and boring castles over the years, and there are no signs of it letting up. Soon, some of your supporters attempt to rescue you, but fail. You send and receive secret encoded letters to your Catholic allies, looking for your rescue, but also reportedly consenting to something very dangerous, something that could possibly get you killed. Little did you know that you were dancing in the palm of someone else. The one cool thing about being a queen is that you get to have your own personal spies. Your spy master, Sir Francis Walsingham, may be on the cusp of catching some valuable evidence against Mary, and you're curious to what he will find. Is Mary really after your throne? Can this issue be resolved peacefully? You don't know what to expect. Eventually, Sir Francis comes to you with a letter, and you can't believe what you're seeing. Apparently, Mary was sending and receiving encoded letters from her Catholic allies. With the help of his double agent and a master cryptanalyst, Sir Francis intercepted these letters and reportedly discovered that Mary had given her consent to an assassination attempt on you. This was later named the Barbiton plot, and it was the last thing you wanted to hear because once again, Mary has put you in a tough spot. Only this time, no one can escape without bloodshed. Now, historically, it's not generally agreed whether Mary actually consented to your assassination, but you don't really care. You can't take that risk. Mary is accused and convicted of treason, and all that's left is for you to sign her death warrant. This is the hard part. If you sign and she gets executed, she would die a martyr. If you don't, another assassination attempt could come. It's either you or her. After years of avoiding this decision, you finally pick up the pen. You pick her. In the face of certain death, you remain incredibly composed. You dress carefully and go to accept your fate. As you go, you wonder how you got to this point in the first place. You crossed the border believing England would save you. Instead, it became the last place you'd ever see. You are executed on February 8th, 1587. Chapter 3. The Unexpected Victory. Just like you expected, Mary's death enrages Catholic Europe. The Spanish Armada sails for England under King Philip II of Spain. You rally your kingdom and survive the attack, making you one of England's greatest monarchs. You die in 1603, and what follows can only be considered a crazy joke from life. You never marry and you don't have any children. Because of this, Mary's son, the Mary you executed, ascends to the throne of England, becoming king. The throne you spent years defending from Mary eventually ended up in the hands of her family. You defeated your greatest rival. You protected your crown. But in the end, England still passed to Mary's bloodline. History has a strange sense of humor sometimes.